Hi there, students. Mould. Mould. Let's see, a countable noun, an uncountable noun, and a verb as well. Notice the British spelling, M-O-U-L-D, Canadian spelling as well. The American spelling, M-O-L-D. Okay, so a mould. What is a mould? Well, let's see, a mould is some sort of hollow container that you put something in, you pour something in, and it becomes solid, and then you have something that's the same shape. Yeah, so for example, you could make a mould out of silicon and pour plaster of Paris inside it, and it's become solid. Yeah, or for example, you could pour liquid metal, molten metal, molten, M-O-U-L-T-E-N, different word, metal into the mould, and then it solidifies, and there you have your mould. Or for example, Yorkshire puddings. If you you need a mould, a container to make Yorkshire puddings. Okay, so to mould. Let's see, you could say about somebody that when they made him, they broke the mould. Yeah, so they only made one person in that style, that this person is unique. But very often you say that a group of people seem to all be cast from the same mould, to cast, to make something in a mould. So if these people all come from the same mould, they have the same education, the same schools, the same characteristics, the same attitudes. Yeah, so they're all made from the same mould. Okay, you mould something like clay. Yeah, so he molded the clay into a ball. Yeah, you mold something, or plasticine. Yeah, you mold it into the shape. Yeah, or yeah, if you're going to make falafel, you need to take your mixture and mold it into small balls. Yeah, okay, so to mold, to make something into a particular shape. You can also use this metaphorically, meaning to mould a person. So the experience moulded his personality. Yeah. We as a good teacher should try to mould children into good, honest, hard-working people. Okay, so when somebody moulds something, they move it, they make it fit, they squeeze it into a shape. Now also, mould, completely different meaning. So if something goes mouldy, it starts to rot. So if you leave bread, well, in the UK at least, it starts to grow this green mould on the outside. You could have mould on the walls of an old house. Yeah, mouldy old food. And here we have a verb, to mould or to moulder. Yeah, John Brown's body lies a moulding in the grave, a moulding. Yeah, to rot down, to decompose. Yeah, so mould. Yeah, well, I guess everything over time becomes mould, becomes mouldy. Yeah. Okay, it's like some sort of growth that grows on decaying organic matter. It's something made by a fungus, a mould. Yeah, something that grows on things. It grows in more warm, moist conditions, particularly on food. Yeah, so mould. Yeah, you could have leaf mould on the ground as well. I think this is actually a different etymology, but to me it's the same idea. The leaves uh, begin to moulder, and they make a very nice type of earth. Okay, so a mould, something used to put something inside to make a shape for something when it cools or hardens. Yeah, to cast something. It's like a container or a framework. Yeah. Um, Maybe to make a mousse, a chocolate mousse, you need to put it in a mold and then turn it out, and when it comes out it's got the shape. A jelly mold, yes, definitely. These beautiful British Victorian jelly molds. So it's a container, you pour something soft or something liquid so that it hardens into the shape. Yeah, and then you just take it out. Yeah, and then mold, this soft grey, green, black growth that develops on old food, on clothes, on objects that have been left too long in a warm or a warm, damp place. Okay, so mold. Okay, so as I said, Mould, British and American. Mold, the American spelling. Okay, let's see. Formality. Mold. I think five in formality, both meanings five in formality. Use either of them everywhere. And then as to origin, these come from French, mold, yeah, from Latin, modulus. Okay, I think modulus, a measure, a mode, a meter, something rhythmical as well. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Mould.